Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into an absolutely fascinating playbook about persuasion and how to win a high-stakes deal before the other side even knows the game is started.
So, think about it. What's the real reason a promising, high-value deal just goes cold? You might think it's the money or maybe the timing, but it's usually something much deeper, something that almost everyone overlooks.
Okay, first up, let's really dig into the problem this whole playbook is designed to solve. It's called the stalled deal, and we're going to look at what really causes it.
So what is a stalled deal really? Well, it's when the owner just ghosts you. They stop returning your calls, they don't send over the documents you need, they basically just stop participating, and you're left completely stuck.
And right here, this is the heart of the whole thing. The source material makes it crystal clear. The deal isn't failing because of your offer. It's failing because the owner just isn't participating. If they're not curious about you and what you can do for them, that deal is already dead in the water.
And here is the secret that just flips the whole script. In that very first meeting, the owner is not deciding if they're going to sell their property. No, they're deciding if they would ever sell it to you. That is the real decision being made right at the start.
This brings us right to Section 2, the participation secret. This is the absolute key to turning things around.
So that's the million-dollar question, right? How do you get someone to actively want to engage with you, to play ball? Well, this guide lays out a playbook that's, part psychology, part theater, and believe it or not, part technology.
Okay, Section 3, the engagement playbook. Let's get into the tactics themselves. This is the fun part.
So this playbook is really built on 4 main pillars. It starts with the human stuff, actually being interesting and creating real moments of connection. And then you bring in the tech. And that's what really separates the pros from everyone else. Let's kick things off with a tactic that honestly sounds so simple you'd think it couldn't possibly work. But its power is in how extreme it is. And it's all about how you use the owner's name.
Okay, get ready for this. The recommendation is to use the owner's name up to 40 times in every single meeting over the course of the whole deal. That could be 400 times. It sounds insane, right? But there is a very specific method to this madness.
And here's the why behind it, which I find fascinating. When you start a sentence with their name, Ben, now take a look at this. Bam! You've got their complete attention before you deliver the important information. It's like you're priming their brain to listen to what comes next. But it's not just about what you say, it's about what you do. It's about creating these little, tiny moments of participation. Giving them a small gift pulls them in. Asking them to hold your tablet while you point something out, or even just having them check an item off a list. Each one is a tiny yes that builds momentum towards that final big yes.
Okay, but this is where things get really next level. This is where you take all that human connection and you supercharge it with technology. Not just for show, but as a tool to get them to engage.
And here it is, the absolute pinnacle of the whole strategy. You sit the owner down and you show them 2 interactive models of their park's future, side by side. On one side, it's just business as usual. But on the other, you show them their park with your investment, what it'll mean for the community, for their legacy.
And the person who wrote this playbook, he literally says, when I do that, it's game over. And you can see why, right? It's not a sales pitch anymore. It's become this exciting, collaborative vision of the future. The owner isn't just selling a piece of property, they're passing on a legacy. Now you have to understand, these aren't just a collection of random tricks. They all come from a very specific place, which brings us to Section 4, the winning mindset. So the source material paints this really clear picture of 2 kinds of buyers. On one hand, you've got the jaded veteran. For them, every deal is just another lead. But on the other hand, you've got what's called the first-time buyer, someone who brings real enthusiasm, real curiosity. And that energy, it's totally contagious. And you pair that enthusiastic mindset with what's called professional authority. It's not about being arrogant. It's about having this quiet confidence that you are the expert, and you're there to guide them. You have a job to do, and getting them to participate is a non-negotiable part of doing that job right. All right, last section. Why does any of this actually matter? What's the real payoff for doing all this? Well, the results speak for themselves. The numbers show that people who use these tools, their close rates go way up. Those frustrating stalled deals, they pretty much disappear. And maybe just as important, the seller actually has a much better, more trusting experience.
And it all comes down to this one key idea.
Every single bit of curiosity you build, every little yes you get, it's not just to be friendly. According to the source, that interest becomes powerful leverage that makes closing the deal way smoother and faster.
So that really leaves us with this one big question to think about. This whole playbook, it's about way more than just one industry. It's about how we persuade, how we connect. So think about it. In your next big conversation, are you just dumping information on someone, or are you actively engineering their participation? Because that difference, well, that's everything.